Hi, my name is Yolanda and welcome back to my channel. And just like that, I'm mad, I'm big mad, and I'm going to stay mad. The show is not getting any better. I've lost a bet with myself. Therefore, I'm going to continue to make these. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Join me while I process my negative thoughts and emotions involving And Just Like That. Episode 6, Diwali. Carrie moves downtown. Carrie moves downtown, and does anybody care? Then she just moved to her apartment. Why don't we settle in there and getting to the thing that we are supposed to get to, which is sex and the city. No Sam, no sex, no city. I cannot. All of it adds up to she moves downtown to a great big apartment. She likens it in the episode to moving into, and this brings back like the old thing about Sex and the City that I kind of like, is that there was always a posit, there was a question that we had to answer as an audience. There are no questions here. There is no questions. It's trying too hard, and I don't like it. We move to a room change, transitions, Rock and Lily. Lily's big gripe should be that there are no Chinese people in her life. She's gonna go toe to toe with her mother about them damn dolls. The kids don't care. Like, about what's culturally appropriate at any given moment. That's not how those conversations go. The kids are not sensitive like that. That conversation is just a fiction. Like, it doesn't read true to life. Rock cutting their hair. That might be a conversation to have. Wanting to change up the look, transitioning to becoming a teenager. Rock is 12. Okay? And across the board, across the genders, that's what they're going to do. There is no gravitas to be mined here. It's time for a makeover for the room. It's not a big deal. Charlotte, you need to calm down. Fertile Myrtle. That's the funniest thing in this episode, and that's not even that funny. The discussion that we have as women. I have a spawn, just one. There are people in my life, tangentially, but still don't know that I have a kid. You know why? Because it's not the middle of my whole entire persona. Motherhood in America, we should chat about that. We should chat about how, like, the lives of women always seem to revolve around, like, I love my child. I care for my child. I was an amazing parent to my child. Now that she is a young adult, not so much. But
what? Huh? You got real quiet during that little segment, huh? You got something to say?
I don't like momming. Like, we know this. We're open and honest and have this dialogue. I don't like being a mom. I just don't. I don't like making mom decisions. I don't like making choices. I can barely take care of myself. She's 19, going on, 105. I don't want to mom anymore. Then we're with Seema and Carrie shopping for saris. We are shopping for saris. I'm here with Seema. I'm here with Seema and her woes. I have been single forever. I don't necessarily want to be, but it is what it is. I've been single for 15 years. I was married, not good at it, got divorced, and have been single, and I mean capital S single, ever since. I feel my girl here. Like, being middle-aged, being a bad West Indian daughter, being a bad American daughter, being a bad daughter all the way around. Like, I'm 46 years old. I'm not having any more kids. Okay? Y'all are lucky you got the one. See, everybody says, oh, well, at least you did that. And I'm like, it's never enough. It's never enough. They're still asking. The parents are still asking. The cousins still ask. The aunties still ask about me finding someone, not dying alone. So there's all this pressure to have another one. I'm 46 years old. I'm done. All of this pressure to partner up again is making me paranoid. Do I want to be alone? No. But, like the wise Seema has said, if I have to convince myself that I love someone, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I like that. I like that from Seema because that's where I'm at. And I feel like a lot of women of our age, if we are not partnered by now, there's this pressure from the outside to do so. And also internal pressure because we're social animals as humans. We do like people and need other people. I don't want to be alone, but I also, you know what it looks like out there? Especially in my age appropriate mindset that I'm in. No, I'm not ready for my dad yet. And I am not I'm not interested in the youngins. But what is out there, what is available for the Gen X ladies of a certain disposition, it's not looking good. Beep, beep, beep. They keep trying to make fetch happen with Carrie being the center of this show. I maintain I've watched all of the seasons of Sex and the City again, so I've got fresh eyes. The comedic center, the emotional center, the we are rooting for you center of the show is not Carrie. You have a protagonist problem. Has never been Carrie. And y'all need to give you need to give Kim Cattrall her flowers because she was right. She's the center of that show. We are looking for Sam. We are still looking for Sam. She carried a lot of that show. And if we have to rank who I'm rooting for, who I was positionally saying like, oh, I am invested in what happens to this character, Carrie is always the last one. Carrie was funny when it came to physical comedy. She was not the witty one. That goes to Miranda. And she was not the steel scener. That went to Kim Cattrall. I get the beef between them now. The star of that show was not Sarah Jessica Parker. And we know that because did we fall in love with her and divorced? And that's the same character. If we're perfectly honest, the same character. She was the vehicle for another show that did horribly. If you want me to go in and roast that show, I'll watch it again for my audience. I will do it, okay? Like, leave it down in the comments. This is the please like, comment, and subscribe moment of the show, and let's keep it moving. Sex in the City without the sex. We're not doing a flashback to what happened last week. We need to keep the story moving. As a writer, I'm frustrated. As a viewer, I am frustrated. I am mad about this. That scene was hot last week. Last week it was hot. We need to turn up the temperature again. Keep it moving. These characters need to have sex. How are you going to have... This is the reboot. I get it. And just like that, but like... Okay, I'm not doing it in real life. I'm living vicariously. I have to see it on screen, and I'm not seeing it on screen. I'm upset. No sex, no city, and no Sam. Number 7. That scene in the doctor's office. I can do a whole video about everything that went on in there. Just leave it to a mediocre white man to ruin every last ounce of self-esteem that you have about yourself. Oh my goodness. Okay, I know what's in my future. Botox, okay? Botox. All the rest of it, I'm going to look like my aunties. I'm going to look like my cousins, okay? I know what the future holds for me, and I'm actually okay with it. Genetics has a huge part to play with it. So I know exactly what I'm going to look like because my aunties and my cousins are all on Instagram. I get to see them on a regular basis. I know how I'm going to age. I'm okay. All right? I would like to get rid of Henry Winkler. See what I did there? Yes, Henry right here in the middle of my forehead. But other than that, I'm okay. Even my 11s. Like, people have gone in on the acting in this show, and I don't think that they've become worse actors over the years. I think we're not seeing a lot of expression in their face, especially from Kristen Davis. Because too much Botox is a thing. So... everything about that scene, blaming it on the intern and saying you can't fire... Stop it. Stop it. You should never hire her in the first place. 22 years old, went to Oberlin and is your assistant and is squeamish. Stop it. Stop it. That doctor going straight for Carrie. It happens every day. It's believable. It's relatable. But no, ma'am. No, ma'am. And Carrie getting upset. She asked for an evaluation and then getting upset when she got it. Really? But that doctor was all the way wrong because he's got authority in some ways. Number 8, that picnic. So we can shoot outdoors. We are shooting outdoors. When we get to Diwali, when we start talking about that, we can shoot outdoors. It's a lovely scene. I like it. Everything that went, and I still have questions because the thing that I want to point out there, this is a point of conflict. It was real. I was with everybody there. But like the reason that you can't lose people because we've already lost people. Okay, the big sadness, I get it. But if I were your friend, I'd be like, you play that card one more time. One more time. We lost Sam. That is something to talk about. Why we lost Sam, that is also something to talk about. I'm not here for bringing big up every time Carrie is sad. Like, we need range. We need to move. I'm also not here for, y'all can disagree, but you have to stay. You know how many people I lost in 2016? And good riddance. Like, I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. It's not bringing me joy. So, like, one of the questions that I would leave, that I left with this episode with is how much is too much? Even if you've been with someone, you've been with a friend group for how many ever years and you've been through a lot, when is enough enough? Like, because the differences between Miranda and Charlotte, is that a divide that you can close? Is it? If you're philosophically on two ends of a political spectrum, can you close that gap? Me? No. I had to let a ton of people go, and people that I've known for decades. Just like that. They had to go because my agency, my personhood is not going to come into question. That is not a topic of debate. That's not the political divide. I am a citizen. I have earned all the privileges of being a citizen. And if you are going to treat me like I am less than or othered, and I've known you all of this other time, or you're going to get in your fifis when you find out how black I really am. No, ma'am. I left a lot of people. I lived in Florida for 8 years. None of my white friends from Florida made the cut. Not a single one. And these are people that I ran marathons with. This is people that I volunteer hours in the thousands with. We're talking about people that I worked with. No. So all of these people would be some kind of friend and or acquaintance or in that gray area. No, they all had to go. They all had to go. And I'm better for it because I'm not going to spend... Listen, I like talking about makeup and movies and a lot of things. Okay? The color of my skin, debating about that. We're not going to do that. It's an interesting conversation to have. Carrie says you can disagree, but you can't leave. Yes, you can. Seema, as I said before, her plight is my plight. It is something to talk about. It is something to discuss as women of a certain age. That dentist thing, you gotta prep your friends. Like, listen, you gotta prep your friends for your made-up boyfriend. That needs to happen. The car. Does Seema replace Big and not Sam in some kind of way? Interesting, something to think about, because the way that they are dressing Seema, the way that they are positioning Seema, the smoking, all of that screams more Big than Samantha. I thought that was an interesting, character thing to look at, is that the replacement, the thing that Carrie is missing is Big, and Seema seems to fill that void a little bit better than she does the void with the friendship with Sam. Interesting. Let's talk about Diwali. What did I say? These things don't happen like this. They don't happen like this. I'm so angry. You don't get invited to the cookout, and you do not invite yourself to the cookout. That does not happen. 3 months, and we're going to the festival. No, we're not. No, we're not. That's not how it works amongst colored people. But okay, you wrote it in. What did you do? That was the driest Diwali I've ever seen. It is a spectacle. It is light. It is color. It is flowers. It is pageant. It is everything. And we spent all of that time shopping for a sari. Okay, number one, they're doing my girl Seema wrong. They're doing her dirty. She is in muted colors. She is in olives and taupes, a lot of taupe, black and white. That complexion asks for color. It asks and screams for color. And I'm sorry, okay? Yes, Carrie can wear a sari to the celebration. It's not cultural appropriation. Is she wearing the best sari? Is she decorated and outfitted the best? Is her jewelry sparkling more than everybody? You can't out Indian an Indian. I'm so angry. I am big mad about that. You cannot do that, okay? I am angry at the stylist. Actually, they're doing all the colored people wrong as far as the styling is concerned in this show. Okay, so that was number 10. I'm going to call it outfit of the day is Carrie Sari, but it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been. Oh, so inappropriate. So inappropriate. I'm so angry. I don't care if Carrie is the center of your universe. She's never been the center of mine, and there is no reason why she's the center of that celebration. She shouldn't outshine. You cannot. I'm sorry. So I'm going to leave it there before I get overheated. Please like, comment, subscribe, come back for more, watch my previous videos, and until next time, bye.